On this edition of BullDog TV, we'll look at robots playing games.
And information about your 2013-2014 yearbook.
BullDog TV starts now.
Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Valerie.
And I'm Ty. The SHS Engineering Academy hosted the annual Ozark Brawl. But what exactly is the Ozark Brawl? Brendan and Manuel have the story.
Students gather at Springdale High School for the annual Ozark Brawl. This event is called the Ultimate Addison.
How long does it take to compete?
A match lasts 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That's what it takes. The competing part, we start the process in January, first weekend of January, and we have 6 weeks to complete a robot.
Well, typically the competition starts about 8 o'clock in the morning, go till about noon, and then they'll start back up again around 1 and go till about 5 p.m. Each match is like 2 minutes, I believe.
Competitions are composed of 2.5-minute matches. Their usual competitions during the normal competition season usually last 2 to 3 days. So, but the matches themselves are 2.5 minutes.
Although getting ready for the competition can take a while, the actual event can be over in a couple of minutes.
Well, we're a first-year team. In fact, we actually built our robot over the summer, so we've not actually been in a competition before now. So we're focusing mostly on our own learning and still trying to understand the game, and so we're not actually watching any specific teams right now.
By competing, hopefully teams are hoping to not only form better teamwork skills, but also work together with other teams, make friends, meet new mentors that are professionals in the engineering field, and have fun. It's a lot of fun, and you learn a lot.
There's always something you can learn from beginning in a competition.
Everybody gets to work on team?
Everybody gets to work on a team. There's several components, from programming to build team to driving, and even cheering in the stands. So everybody gets to do something. It's a collaborative team effort, and without teamwork, this wouldn't be possible. So FIRST Robotics is a big, it teaches lots of teamwork, and then there's a term that we call gracious professionalism as well. So it's a lot of fun, and you learn a lot. So if you are an artist like I am, it's a great opportunity to learn about computer programming and robot construction and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun.
The Ozark Brawl competition focuses on having teamwork by working in pairs. If you missed this year the Ozark Brawl, you have to wait to see robots in action next year. For BullDog TV, I'm Manuel.
Congratulations to all the Ozark Brawl contestants.
Did you know nearly 1.2 million students drop out of high school in the United States? Here's Blanca and Cynthia with a PSA to tell us more. Remember, dropping out is never an option. Are you getting sick?
Yeah.
Oh, talking about sickness, here's Hugo and Christian with your story of how to prevent from getting the flu.
Having the flu isn't fun, but with the help of our nurse, we figured out how to avoid getting it.
You can avoid getting the flu by getting the flu vaccine. It's either in shot injection form or the flu mist, which is nasal.
A fever, coughs, and a sore throat are all symptoms for the flu.
You'll know you have the flu because you'll run fever, usually over 100, 101 degrees. You'll have body aches in all your joints, headache, just overall feeling bad, total body.
You always have to be careful around people that have the flu.
The flu is highly contagious and it's spread through contact through coughing, sneezing, secretions that way, but it's highly contagious.
Always try to get help when you have the flu.
If you get the flu, the best thing is to call your doctor first, to let them know your symptoms, and usually they'll prescribe Tamiflu, which can be taken orally by mouth, but you have to stay home if you're running fever. If you feel like you've got it, make sure you stay home and away out of public.
Food and beverages can always help you feel better.
The best thing that you can, as far as intake, is fluids. Lots of fluids, juice, water. Sometimes you don't feel like eating, so you can do soup, broth. Those are the best things to try.
We are all alike, but some people are more exposed to catching the flu.
The people most at risk for getting the flu and having complications are asthmatics, diabetics, and any pregnant women. They definitely need to get the flu vaccine.
The flu season is only made up of a few months out of the year.
It varies each year. Usually flu season will last from October through February or March.
The flu vaccination isn't just given in one place.
The school is having a flu clinic on November 21st here. So if you can fill out the paperwork, you can either go online and fill it out, or we will have the forms 1st of October. You fill out the paperwork and you can get it done right here. If you miss the clinic, then go to your doctor's office or walk-in clinic to get it. Just everyone get your flu shot.
A yearbook is something everybody should get. However, have you ever taken the time to actually think about how the yearbook is made? We go to Jeanette and Evelyn, accompanied by Mrs. Jennings, as she explains to us the process of creating this year's yearbook.
In the end of each year, everyone awaits to see the memories of SHS captured in the yearbook and the new trends for this year.
The newest thing that's come out in yearbooks is called Yearbook 3D, and basically it means that certain images inside the book can come to life. And the cover can come to life as well. So I'm going to show you how to use an app that you can download on any phone. It's free, called Yearbook 3D. And you just hold it over something and it comes to life and shows footage from the event, and we're going to do our best to put as much of that in there this year as we can. It's something to look forward to so that when you get your yearbook you're not some kind of surprise. But it's going to be something that comes to life. That's what the cover is going to be. So something BullDog related that has students on it and that will actually show real footage.
This year, the advertising and the yearbook classes have collaborated together on making the yearbook cover come to life.
Advertising design put together some really clever posters and things that we're going to print out and hang around the school to kind of help sell the yearbooks. And then I have some advanced kids that are going to join Yearbook Club and help us with some design ideas.
Remember, students, you don't have all year to purchase your yearbook. The deadline for the reduced price is December 21st.
It's really a timely issue, so I know a lot of kids don't realize why they need a yearbook right now when they're not going to get it until May. But for us to make you a bigger book with more pages and more pictures, we have to sell in advance. So the earlier people can buy a book, the better.
The yearbook class has their hopes up high, but how many yearbooks can we sell?
Last year we sold 230 yearbooks. This year our goal that we have set is 630. I just really want to encourage people to buy their book.
To document the memories made this year at SHS, make sure to buy the yearbook. For BullDog TV, this is Jeanette.
If you're interested in buying a yearbook this year, stop by room 50 across from the counseling center. The cost will only be $45.
We take a look at your BullDog peers as they show us how our athletic teams did this past week on Red Dog Wrap Up with Chris, Ben, and Jeff.
But they're not only preparing.
Hey, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeff.
And welcome to Red Dog Wrap Up.
We're going to go with Ben over to the auxiliary gym to meet our cheerleaders.
Our SHS cheerleaders are working hard to prepare for state by practicing. But they're not only preparing for state.
What is one thing you all do to prepare for the game?
We work on band dances, and then we also prepare at halftime to perform in between.
Cheer is positive that their outcome at state would be good.
What's your hopes for this year?
To be the best that we can be and achieve all of our goals that we set for this year.
And to win state.
Yes.
For Red Dog Wrap-Up, I'm Ben.
Go Bulldogs!
Let's check out our scores for this past week. SHS girls played against Has Hall Academy. SHS won 7, Has Hall won 2. For the boys, SHS won 9, Has Hall won 0. SHS JV came up with a win against Gravett. Final score 27-19. And your big boys came a few points shy from a win Friday night.
I'm Chris. Yo, I'm Chris.
Oh, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Chris.
This is all we have for you for our Red Dog Wrap-Up.
Back to you, Ty and Valerie.
How do you show your inner Bulldog spirits? Well, Mr. Taylor and Mr. Phillips show their spirits extremely well. Kevin and Alfredo have the story. Check it out.
School spirit has been around forever at Springdale High.
What does school spirit mean to me? School spirit means to me that I'm here to work hard every day, to teach my kids the best I can, and to show them that academics and athletics can mix and that they all go together. And we're just all doing the best we can.
I guess to me, school spirit is just kind of always representing, being positive, having sort of that bulldog tenacity in everything that you do, whether you're out at the mall or at your job after school, hanging out with your friends, just always kind of keeping it positive and representing Springdale High School.
The most important thing about school spirit is not being afraid to represent it.
Oh, I show my school spirit any number of ways. Showing up here at SHS every day, teaching my little heart out. I try to use the red marker on the board as much as possible. I think that kind of represents my bulldog spirit.
How do I show my school spirit? Oh, my school spirit is shown through my humor, through my passion towards mathematics. Go math. Through the relationships I have with the kids, and through my efforts every day.
As opponents, you will always have an opinion about each other.
My opponent? Oh, you mean Mr. Todd Taylor? Well, what do I think about him? I think he's, don't tell him, I think he's like my best friend, and I love him to death. I would never say a bad word about him. I don't know. He's the best ever.
What makes me funnier than him? I think virtually everything probably makes me funnier than him. He's not the funniest person I've ever met.
So who has the better school spirit, Springdale? We'll let you decide. From BullDog TV, this is Alfredo Jorge.
Valerie.
What, Ty? Can you not see I'm in game mode here?
Well, we don't have time for that.
Oh yeah. Here's Marco and Daniel with your Red Dog trend.
As you may know, most teenagers these days spend most of their time on Facebook. But a new game has been popping up all over Facebook. It's really addicting, and it's called Candy Crush. You'll notice that the whole board is covered with different colored candies. It is your job to move them in groups of 3 in horizontal or vertical ways, and they all must be the same. The goal of the game is to get rid of all the candies on the board in the least amount of moves possible. You could use power-ups, level-ups, or anything else it offers you. So if you haven't played the game, try it. And for those of you who like to build stuff, there's a fun game for you too, Minecraft. In Minecraft, you're offered 2 different ways to play, creative and survival. Creative mode, you could do anything you want. You got an infinite amount of materials and all the materials that is offered to you. You could build houses, build towns, build skyscrapers. You can even make bottomless pits. Survival mode, you're just dropped off in the middle of nowhere, forced to collect materials. You start out with nothing. You must build a house before the sun goes down, or at least try to survive in that little terrain you're left in. You're forced to survive on nothing. You must go around collecting materials to build a house and pretty much live out there. At night when the sun goes down, random monsters come at you, and you must survive them. when the sun comes back up. You could collect materials, go mining, kill animals for food, anything you want. But it doesn't have the same advantages creative mode has. You cannot fly and you can die. For those of you who like to build, I would suggest Minecraft. This has been Marco Rojo with this week's edition of Red Dog Trend.
Ty, do you play Candy Crush?
No, I'm more of a Minecraft player.
Well, that's all we have for you, Bulldogs. I'm Valerie.
And I'm Ty.
Stay classy, Springdale.